Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked as well. And there we go. Finally, we do have the bug sorted on around, and now we'll be headed into the first match of the first round of the final match of the day. Once again, semifinals on the line. First team to 7 will be one step closer to $1,000 in their pockets. Lion's share of the 2.5K prize pool, and looks like we're gonna have a very centralized push coming from the insurgents of AOG Squared, pushing on towards Bravo, but it's gonna be security that are the first to the site. So far, they're holding pretty firm. We got 2 members of AOG flanking on that eastern side. They do get that first pick, but it is going to be a 2-for-2 trade. So far, it's 3-3 remaining left on the map. Entry on towards A site. Gotta be trying to play around that reload as he breaches into the building. That's going to be a number 1 down, and just like that, that is a complete site take going in favor for AOG Squared. They will be moving on to secure that B site, but as that is happening, Uba on the backside. We're looking to get that Charlie capture as well, just to keep this round going and perhaps start a round reset with all 10 members coming back up. So that does seem to be how the cards are going to fall. B should be going over to the Insurgency, taken by security, and then in response, Alpha going back over to Insurgents as well. In this round, first round of the match, is going to really fall on how do these retakes go. Can they collapse quickly enough back to C while maintaining control of those first 2 to let the round fall for AOG, or is the wave of 4-man respawns too much for 9 from PDG from Puggers? Looks like the Insurgency sitting pretty high up on this map, looking for the kills. Already pick off 1 as we are now on a 4-4 advantage. A little bit of sniping coming here at the backside by Tobias. He's going to be moving back, but Ubas now pushing on towards Bravo. Could really be starting to put some chaos back into this matchup. Good fighting going on Alpha sites as the capture is trying to be denied away here. There's not a single member left. Actually, there is a single member left, and his Masters currently trying to dip, duck, and dodge around Alpha site. Ain't going to be finding his way in a very long and contested round number 1. Will be falling to AOG. Get the first points on the board.
I apologize to leave you hanging there. Returned. I've been getting kicked from these rounds for some reason, so anti-cheat is suspecting I'm cheating, and I'm not.
Cheating and spectator, that is...
I promise
that's a new
I'm
one.
not.
But, well, even with that, I guess we will soldier on our own. Hopefully a little bit better than Master was able to do that last round. Is not quite able to pick up the victory, but if last round was anything to go off of, it seems that these teams have a very good understanding of not only the initial points of their strategy, but also how they can follow up and try to play back around secondary and tertiary takes to find the wins in this one. And once again, majority push for both sides. Going to be going on to Bravo. A little bit more split up from Puggers this time around, and AOG more focused, condensed on that central location. Points going down. Here come the firefights, and that is going to be a huge Bravo take from AOG. In fact, on the western side, Gizom able to take a kill as well, and now this turns into D versus everybody. He's got to try to defend against the take on Bravo. But if Insurgents are doing their math correctly, if they've got all their TI-84s in a row, they should know that this is a 4 versus 1 battle. In fact, they're not going to need it because that last headshot is going to be enough to drop the remaining members off from security and pushing AOG now to a very convincing round 2 to help offset that hotly contested round 1.
Yeah, and they're playing it how I predicted. You know, those kills and the longer shots are definitely coming out. And for all out of gum AOG, they're doing great. And they're pushing like I thought. You know, you get towards Bravo and the Charlie, I figured both teams might have that mindset from just being Insurgency players to begin with. That's generally how you play this particular map to begin with, no matter what game mode you're in. And whoever's getting their first holding it down is definitely going to have the advantage.
Again, once again, we're seeing Pug still with that spread out mentality here, which is a little bit interesting to see because you do have a slightly shorter path, I believe, from that security side. So if you want to get the first step onto Bravo, you can just overstack that building, but they're more focused on this wide spread out formation, and that will net them a kill, but it will be traded back almost immediately. Very hotly contested down onto that Bravo site. A lot of grenades coming out left, right, and center. Who the funk? Pick his way up and get that first round. Good flanking maneuvers come out. Frost goes all the way out to the outbridge onto the northern side of the map. That's going to be enough to pick him up. Yet another kill. 3-2, 3-3 actually, as that secondary kill comes along in. Now as we continue back towards the center, Uba once again, the work player playing on Charlie. And that could be enough to bring the res around. If that's a good hold on C, if that's a great hold on B, that should just be the round over. Stalemate currently is the remaining member from Insurgents. Tobias is playing downstairs over by the wine crates. But Uba should be more than enough to bring this first res group around and turn this into a 5-on-1 against the Insurgents.
That was just complete dominance that round for them. That was awesome to watch. And it's me as being a first time for everybody out there in the internet. For me, I'm such a nerd. I get caught up in the gaming and then overload a little bit just to watch the gameplay today. I'm sure just like you, all of you out there as well. It's really fun to watch these guys do their thing.
It certainly is, and a lot of stakes on line will often lead to that highest level of gameplay possible, and that's exactly what we're getting into today. Puggers starting that comeback run. Remember, it's 1st to 7, so we still got quite a bit of time to play around even before the swap comes in. With that, maybe once again another bit of a slow, but that's a fantastic, I think that's a double F1 frag that takes him out right outside of Bravo, and that in itself, a single grenade could have just set the entire tempo of this round. Beautiful toss from Tobias, who's going to be picking off the double as a result of that. But with that being said, 2 more kills going back. 1 for 1 actually negates the advantage Tobias single-handedly established for that Insurgents team. Make that 2-2. But with that, Pug have not really gone to that secondary site as well. And actually, just as that second member falls on Bravo, Macers is going to try to make that run towards C. The Insurgent members that just came up should have a quick line of sight, a quick path over to that Charlie objective, and that could definitely spell defeat. I was really hoping that a double frag was rewarded with a round win here, and that should be coming to fruition as long as they're able to knock this member out of C. Once again, if the math is correct, they should know. Actually, I'm going to be straight with you. I don't think they had any way to really tell that frag got a double kill. Now that I think about it, there's no kill feed. He did that over a wall, so they probably think there are still 3 members up on this map when they in reality are 1 member away from taking out this game altogether. There it is. They're probably as surprised as we are to see the screen on the end of that one, but it's a victory in a hard situation, and they will take it anytime.
Yeah, and those objectives were locked up too. They were definitely backs against the wall on that round for sure.
Certainly were, and it's like game's trying to force a swap, but we're going to get right back onto it. AOG remaining on the red side of Insurgents. 3-1. Remember, 1 more round and they would have crested the midpoint they would need to keep this one going, but we should see the full side swap when we get into round 6 to 7. So once we do crest that midpoint. But all that being said, we're resetting once again. We're on to round 5.
Yeah, let's cross our fingers and maybe we go that far. Nice to see if this goes the distance again. It would be some good gameplay. And then shout out again and thanks to Shadow Gaming and New World Interactive for hosting this event. It's been fun.
We're certainly going on towards the end. Movement coming along all down the road. AOG, if they can keep this going, if they can push this to a 4-1 lead, there's also a mental factor in here of demoralization. Understanding they have to go so far down the road even to make a comeback possible. And so far today, we have not seen a comeback of greater than 3 rounds. If a team has gone ahead by 3 to 4 rounds, they have won the series right then and there. May have been a few rounds later, but they would take the W. In order to avoid that, Security, Pug have to be fighting back, and so far they are with the 2-1 advantage on the kills. That's going to be 4-3 overall numbers in favor for AOG, but with that drop as well, they're going to be losing another. Pushing on in, once again, main focus on Bravo side. Nobody is moving for the secondary side so far, so this should just be a straight-up battle to the death, and with that, the death of a member of Puggers, another security officer, should be enough to really put the nail in the coffin this round for Pug. Maester is going to be the last member, going to be shot in the back, going to be dropped to the ground, and going to be dropped to a 4-1 disadvantage. That's currently going in favor for AOG, as we are still just amassing win after win, momentum after momentum coming through.
And on this map, I'd like to see security. Pug, Team Pug. They're going left down that left side road there. That's never a good thing on this particular map. If you're going to go that way, you need to go a little farther left, cap those buildings, get the advantage for elevation, and then push into the Bravo towards Charlie objectives. Hopefully they make a change here, because the last few rounds I've been noticing that from that side, and we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, and the rapid nature of this, it does allow you to make those modifications to your game plan, but it is another skill on top of everything you see here to have the foresight to understand that you need to make those changes in the heat of competition. As we see right now, it's just going to be a straight up approach right into Bravo. You got the flanking once again coming up from Frost. Frag grenade over the wall. Does he catch this member who's currently over on his right? That is Pug D, who does actually take him down, and just like that, almost immediately, it is a 5-on-1 battle.
Yeah, it's excellent. By the way.
Yeah.
It's excellent. They changed up the strategy, and look what's happening right now. It's in their favor. 2 guys more than knock, and there it is.
Yeah, taking down almost instantaneously. Just everybody across the board firing on all the cylinders to make that round work, and that's going to be the first step. We talked before. 4 is the magic number that nobody really comes back from. You got to try to keep it in that range. A 5th game there would have been devastating for security, but now as we do hit 6, we will get the swap we've been waiting for. AOG flipping over to that blue side, Pug over on the red. You got to be wondering if Pug's going to be suffering, because they just made the tactical change they needed to have the advantage on security. Now they are thrusted over to the side of Insurgents. We'll see whether they can bring the adaptations back to the forefront in order to pick up these wins.
Yeah, hopefully they do reverse engineer that brain thought, so to speak. And I predict, who was it? All Out might try that route once, but the way their gameplay is, they'll probably figure it out pretty quick and switch it up accordingly. But maybe Puggers could take advantage and get the win this to tie it up here, or come close to tying, make it 3-4.
They will be trying it already. You can see the Insurgent side of Puggers. They're trying to go way far on the side, already defending Charlie's side, even though that all 5 members of AOG are focused on either B or the surrounding area. Security pushing on in, good flank coming around. We'll watch Tobias now, as he does have the flank on Who to Funk if he's able to find the right avenue in. But so far, Insurgents, Puggers, they're just sitting still. They're waiting for AOG to expose themselves, but now entry not quite going to be finding its way. Kev going to be able to easily pick off that kill. Entering on in, crossing the street. Why did he cross the road? To get shot directly in the face. And that's going to mean 2 versus 5 will be the name of the game. Another round really is hard leaning towards AOG. In fact, make that official. 5-2 going to be the score. All right, and it looks like we're going to restart it very quickly. We have the live calls from both teams. Once again, it is AOG on the security side. They need 2 scores to win, where it's going to be 5 on the Insurgent side for Puggers. If they want to walk away, go straight forward to this semifinal matchup. Here's looks like we're going to get first contact again. A much more conglomerated, a much closer together attempt from the Puggers. There's nobody playing defensively onto the Charlie side, but it doesn't even matter, as they are going to be taken down first. First kill going to be grabbed. Second kill going back the other way, brings us back to 4-4. Flanking, fantastic maneuver from Who to Funk on the Pugger side, but does get taken down. Frost going to be trying to play aggressive on this front end of the map, is able to take down the kill, and now it is a 2 versus 2, as this is just bloody back and forth. But now the capture point is already down. The 3 reinforcements, they are coming, and it is only 1 member left of Uba trying to keep this game from going to match point, but that is exactly where we are headed. It is match point here in the quarterfinals. Looking good for AOG.
Yeah, they set up really well that round. On the Insurgent side, Pugs, they just kind of went with a cordon that spread out, kind of the shoulder thing I spoke about earlier. But it didn't work with the play of AOG. It just didn't work that round.
Yeah, certainly just wasn't quite able to find the mark. And right now, you got to dig deep. It is aggregate. It is 6-2. Things don't get better from here. And if you make one more mistake, this series and your tournament lives are over. Just one round away from being guaranteed a top 4 finish will be absolutely heartbreaking, but it is the avoidance of heartbreak that often inspires greatness, and Puggers are going to have to dig deep into this one if they want to find it. We're going to go on board with the members of Puggers. We're with the Aaron able to make the initial entry into Bravo's site. First fatality going to be going the way of AOG, so Puggers at the momentary advantage. They're going prone right in Bravo. Nobody paying any real attention to the secondary objectives. It looks like it will be a fight to the death. Entry going in. Cav going to be taken down in the back of Bravo's site as now the advantage starting to mount in favor for the defending Puggers. One going to go down the other way, evening it back out to 4-3. Back of site going to be a very important hold here from Masters and the Earn. Frost finds the first kill, finds the second kill, finds the third kill onto Bravo's site, and that was the advantage they needed potentially. There is one member of Puggers remaining. It is D. There is one member currently hiding inside. It is right around his right. Does he find the entry? He just barely does, and that was very, very close to being the end of the line for the Puggers right there. Has to snap back, and unfortunately the choking does come in process, not able to secure his team the victory, but he's gonna get a second chance at it as Charlie is immediately brought back up for the side of AOG. 5 versus 1, but here comes the cavalry as we get the full map reset with 51 seconds remaining in the match.
Yeah, that was excellent gameplay. They were coming in, pinching him, and just to hold it down, that was excellent gameplay.
D finds the kill. Great flanking maneuver. Decided to set up in this building north of Bravo, knowing that the respawn units were going to be making their way back in, but it is still a 4 versus 4. It is anyone's series. Goes for the second kill, able to find it. This Pug D is absolutely carrying this round for the Puggers, but now he's got to be careful. He's got members on both sides, and he's very exposed here on the roof. Battle is coming to a close. Another AOG member biting the dust. We got a fight here over in the south. As another falls. This time it's Gearzone taking down the Earn. You got 2v1. Make that a 1v1. Last member down. That's gonna be it. That will be your final team in the semifinals. AOG overcomes the first round favorites of the Puggers. Congratulations. As they'll be moving on to our top 4.
That was excellent.